All right, so the next effect we'll talk about is pitch shifting. It's an effect that I have a lot of fun with. So we'll go once again to effects, and we'll go to an effect called RIA pitch. And we'll have two main sets of parameters. One that's just those are the ones called shift, 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 and then you have format, shift, format, shift. And so the difference between these is basically that with these shifters right here, you will hear a sound, a pitch shifting that sounds a lot like you are speeding up the record or something. So, for example, if I take this, and oh, by the way, the difference between the individual ones within the bunch is that you'll have either the option of moving through a wider range, such as this, so this is in semitones, or to have slightly, very small adjustments, like in cents, which is 1/100th of a half step, or in semitones, or in large jumps of octaves. So let's try, for example, going up an octave higher, see what happens. So I go back to the beginning. So as you can see, it sounds very artificial, which may be fine if you want that. You can also, again, go down, say, a couple of semitones.
It was a square with arms and there was little things sticking up.
It was a square with arms and
Now, the thing that happens with this is as you start to go lower, for example, if you're applying these to the human voice, you really start to very quickly hear that it's something that was artificially made. And that's just fine if, for some situations. So that's where sort of these come in. To form and shift, the idea here is that you get a more realistic type of transformation of sound, such as, say, the difference between a female and a male voice. So if you change that, yeah, never mind, it sounds pretty artificial.
it was a square with arms and there was little things sticking up.
Theoretically, it sounds more natural.
It was a square with arms and there was little things sticking up.
It's definitely a different effect, though, for sure.
It was a square with arms and there was little things sticking up. It was a square with
I don't know, I like all of them.
It was a square with arms and those little things sticking up. And when you put them
Down.
Yeah, they all sound pretty artificial, but they can be a lot of fun, actually. And in later videos, I'll show you how you can combine this with delay, for example. So there are no presets here, but sometimes you'll be able to utilize some presets. You can also add your own presets when you find something you really like, you can just add this with a plus. So I use the top ones, to tell you the truth, more because I don't really mind it sounding kind of crazy, 3 octaves higher. I really like those kinds of sounds sometimes. So but I encourage you to definitely fool around with this and see what you can come up with. Okay.